LeBron James often finds himself at the center of viral attention. Yet this instance isn't about a spectacular dunk or a clutch shot. It's a fun one-on-one showdown against his son, Bronny, that's stirring conversations among NBA enthusiasts. While some are chuckling at the lighthearted banter, there's a poignant dimension to this viral scene. Bronny's draft prospects are clouded by accusations of favoritism, with skeptics arguing that his potential placement stems more from his famous surname than his actual skills. In this video, we're exploring that trending clip and posing the question on everyone's mind: is Bronny truly the next big star, or merely riding the wave of his legendary father? The viral footage features a touching blend of rivalry and family togetherness, as LeBron James and his son, Bronny James, once more enchant basketball enthusiasts with their on-court dynamics. This recent clip for a Lakers practice showcases the pair facing off in an intense one-on-one match, but for Bronny, it's far from straightforward. The video reveals his difficulties in making successful shots, as he repeatedly falls short against his dad's experienced defense. Observing the exchanges, a supporter captured the essence of the scene flawlessly. The weight of expectations on Bronny is palpable. Meeting his father's legacy is no small feat. As the practice unfolds, Bronny's resolve shines through. Following several tries, he nails a shot, prompting a beaming grin from LeBron. In a remarkable moment, LeBron relaxes his defensive posture, creating an opening for Bronny to find his flow. Bronny's response is understated, leaning more towards concentration than exhilaration, while LeBron offers a few tips post-shot. This dynamic is reminiscent of the mentorship LeBron has provided over the years. Take Bronny's first NBA game, where LeBron's counsel was both supportive and direct. That occasion transcended the typical game experience. A moment for the ages unfolded as LeBron and Bronny etched their names in NBA history, becoming the first father-son pair to compete together on the court in an ASHA game. This remarkable event took place during the Los Angeles Lakers season opener against the Minnesota Timberwolves on October 22, 2024 at Crypto.com Arena in LA. The Lakers triumphed with a score of 110-103, with LeBron scoring 16 points while Bronny made his debut in the league. Leading the charge for the Lakers was Anthony Davis, who delivered a stellar performance, posting 36 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists. Davis showcased his prowess throughout the match, particularly in the fourth quarter, where he netted 11 points with a perfect shooting performance. Rui Hachimura made a valuable impact, contributing 18 points along with 5 rebounds. LeBron James, fulfilling his dual role as a dedicated father and team captain, achieved 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards led the charge with 27 points and 6 rebounds. Julius Randle, in his first game with Minnesota, chimed in with 16 points and 9 rebounds, while Rudy Gobert added 13 points and grabbed 14 boards. The Timberwolves faced challenges as they racked up 15 turnovers against the Lakers' 7, which significantly impacted critical plays. The crowd's excitement peaked in the second quarter when Bronny James took the court for his NBA debut alongside LeBron. This memorable moment was shared with the James family, including LeBron's wife Savannah and their kids, Bryce and Jury. At 39, LeBron managed to miss 2 outside shots before nailing a dunk. Meanwhile, 20-year-old Bronny grabbed an early offensive rebound, but failed to convert on a tip-in and a later three-pointer. He wrapped up his first game with a lone rebound and no scoring. Looking back on the experience, LeBron shared deep appreciation, saying, "Family comes first always. Sharing this moment while still working alongside my son is one of life's greatest blessings." This one not only kicked off the Lakers season on a high note, but also snapped their 7-game slump in opening matches. The promising debut of the James pair creates an intriguing storyline for the Lakers season, with fans excited for more father-son action on the court ahead. The momentous occasion was graced by the presence of Ken Grier Sr. and Ken Grier Jr., who carved their own niche in history as a father-son pair in Major League Baseball. Their landmark achievement in 1990, when they took the field together for the Seattle Mariners, established a rare precedent. Being at another pivotal event, the debut of LeBron James alongside his son Bronny, as the first father-son combination to compete in an NBA game, created a link to the legacy of sports. Having lived the unique experience of sharing a playing field as family, the Griffey's involvement highlighted the significance of the James family's milestone, connecting eras of greatness across various sports. In the weeks that followed, Bronny encountered difficulties adapting to the fierce competition of the NBA. In a match against the Philadelphia 76ers on January 28, 2025, he logged 15 minutes, failing to score, but securing 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Despite these initial challenges, LeBron emphasizes that his commitment to his son transcends the realm of basketball. One example of their strong connection is how they handle stress with humor. For instance, LeBron once filled Bronny's car with cereal as a lighthearted prank, a reminder that while the NBA can be demanding, LeBron has a knack for keeping things cheerful. This amusing stunt happened in October, ahead of Bronny's first game in the league. Bronny strolled over to his car, completely unaware of the surprises his father had planned for him behind the door. "What's happening?" He paused in astonishment, struggling to reconcile the shock of the betrayal. He blinked a couple of times, then shook his head, a look on his face that clearly conveyed this man truly decided to embrace chaos today. In a subsequent interview, both shared their thoughts about the incident with humor. Bronny laughed, expressing his relief that the car wasn't his, while LeBron quipped about Bronny hesitating at one car before smoothly jumping into another. After all, he has choices. This lighthearted banter perfectly reflected their strong relationship, both in sports and in life. Thanks to his close connection with his dad, Bronny has inherited some of his gaming prowess, which he demonstrated in a recent G League matchup. Bronny James executed an impressive defensive maneuver that echoed his father's style, LeBron James. While competing for the South Bay Lakers, Bronny showcased a remarkable chase-down block, a hallmark of his father's defensive skills. This moment took place during a swift breakaway by the rival team. With impressive speed and precise timing, Bronny dashed down the court, leaping to send the ball soaring against the backboard, thwarting a straightforward layup. This athletic achievement sparked instant parallels to LeBron's legendary defensive plays, underlining the younger James' natural gift and commitment to basketball. Both fans and analysts have lauded Bronny's display, highlighting the evident resemblances in style and execution between him and his father. A fan remarked that Bronny's block was nothing short of iconic. If anything, that play could very well secure him a spot in the Hall of Fame already. These moments not only highlight Bronny's promise as an emerging basketball talent, but also reveal his dedication to upholding his father's legacy on the hardwood. When his father posed the question to him and his younger brother Bryce about who might eclipse his achievements, Bronny's expression conveyed his determination to do whatever it takes to make his dad proud. However, since his debut, it appears that despite Bronny's efforts, NBA fans often reacted with harsh criticism and mockery, struggling to navigate the intense scrutiny. Bronny James has encountered immense scrutiny as he enters the realm of basketball with LeBron James for a father. Every action he takes is closely observed, as fans and commentators swiftly offer their opinions, frequently with harsh judgment. Unlike most newcomers who have the chance to establish their place, Bronny's path is perpetually evaluated against his father's iconic legacy. Reflecting on LeBron's past, it's evident that he accomplished numerous milestones by Bronny's age. LeBron James first garnered national attention at just 15 years old. In his second year at St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, he was already a force on the basketball court, posting impressive stats of 25.7 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 5.8 assists each game while guiding his team to a consecutive state title. His ascent into the spotlight surged when he graced the cover of Sports Illustrated in February 2002 at merely 17, under the bold headline, The Chosen One. This pivotal moment affirmed his position as the upcoming basketball legend. At 18, during his senior year, LeBron had garnered a reputation as the top high school basketball player in the nation, prompting comparisons to NBA greats. He became the first overall selection in the 2003 NBA draft, going straight from high school to professional basketball. Living up to the significant expectations, LeBron excelled following his entry into the NBA. Chosen first overall in the 2003 draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers, he made a swift impact, quickly emerging as one of the league's most promising young talents, including during the playoffs. Over the past decade, no player in the NBA outscored LeBron James. At the start of the decade, he was positioned 124th on the league's all-time scoring chart. He currently sits at third place on the all-time scoring leaderboard, with only Karl Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ahead of him. So far, he has secured 4 NBA titles, received 4 Finals MVP awards, and garnered 4 NBA MVP honors, along with 17 selections to the All-NBA team and 17 All-Star appearances. He was named Rookie of the Year in 2003 and 2004, and has also won 3 All-Star MVPs. His impact is significant across 3 franchises: the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, and presently the Los Angeles Lakers, all while accumulating numerous statistical achievements throughout his career. In contrast, Bronny James has navigated a challenging path while growing up in the considerable shadow of his father's iconic legacy. At Sierra Canyon High School, he displayed potential from the start, but did not consistently post standout statistics. During his freshman year, he managed an average of only 4.1 points per game in a limited capacity among a talented team. His sophomore season was cut short due to a torn meniscus, hindering his ability to progress. By his junior year, he raised his performance to 8.8 points, 3.3 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.9 steals per game, demonstrating his defensive abilities and well-rounded gameplay. During his final year, he achieved his most impressive statistics to date, averaging 14.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 1.8 steals each game. This performance secured him a place in the prestigious McDonald's All-American game. Though these figures are commendable, they fall short of the overwhelming success of LeBron's high school journey. The ongoing juxtaposition between Bronny and his father only emphasizes the struggle to establish his own unique identity. From an early age, he's faced intense media examination, each of his performances evaluated in light of LeBron's legacy. Bronny's debut in the NBA ushered in fresh scrutiny. In his second game with the Lakers on July 10, 2024, he recorded 3 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks over 29 minutes. Though his defensive skills and playmaking were notable, social media swiftly criticized his scoring output. Despite his comprehensive contributions, the responses online were less than flattering. Critics on X, previously Twitter, quickly voiced their thoughts. One user commented that watching someone score just 3 points is absurd. Another added, "I sense Bronny might develop into an Iguodala-style player. His defensive intelligence is impressive for a rookie. However, I doubt his own scoring will reach those levels." An additional commenter on X remarked, "Just bring in Bronny from the sidelines. He's dragging Bron's image down." The virtual clash was unyielding. This is a recurring scenario for the James family, who have experienced both praise and criticism during LeBron's stellar journey. It wasn't just the fans voicing their opinions about Bronny James's lackluster showing in the game, as Doug Gottlieb, a college basketball coach, also took aim at LeBron through his son, Bronny. Gottlieb is known for frequently targeting Bronny in his critiques. Following the discussion about the OR and LACs that elder James and younger James Bree had in public last October, Gottlieb remarked that the Lakers treated Bronny as if he were a Make-A-Wish child. A month later, he stated that although elder James is a commendable father, he fails as a basketball parent by pressuring others to regard his son as being on par with talent he is yet to achieve. Gottlieb's comments came after reports indicated that the younger James would only participate in home games for the G League, yet he has since gone on to play in several road games within the league. In July, Gottlieb faced inquiries about the potential starting role for the younger James if he joined his Green Bay squad. His response was vague. He mentioned that while he would vie for a starting position, he admires his ball handling and defensive skills, yet doesn't consider him to be his point guard. Additionally, with larger wings on the team and lacking first-hand experience working with him, it seems challenging for him to begin with us. However, we shouldn't overlook the fact that Gottlieb's coaching track record isn't exactly stellar. His inaugural season with Green Bay has been quite challenging. The Fox Sports radio personality turned college basketball coach has faced difficulties on the court. By February 2025, Green Bay had a dismal record of 3-24. Even after finally ending a 21-game string of defeats, the joy of the moment shifted as LeBron found a chance to respond to the criticisms directed at his son. James took to X, sharing a clip featuring Gottlieb, but it wasn't necessarily an endorsement. LeBron's recent post garnered a staggering 14.1 million views, sprinkled with laughing emojis and the color red, but earned 2 points rather than none. Credit where it's due. To many, it was clear he was taking aim at Doug Gottlieb and his troubled coaching season, while also targeting the individual who previously belittled his son's basketball ambitions. Not everyone appreciated the jab. On the Doug Gottlieb show, Monty Bolanos and Dan Beyer weighed in, and their opinions didn't entirely support LeBron James. Bolanos took aim at LeBron, branding his actions as trivial, and questioned whether he had nothing more worthwhile to occupy his time than a tweet at Doug Gottlieb after the victory. She viewed this as picking on easy targets and implied that with his foot injury, his priority should be on healing. Bolanos additionally noted her confusion over LeBron's decision to engage in such a back and forth, claiming it made him appear somewhat pitiable. Nonetheless, not all echoed her views. In a recent dialogue, sports commentator Jason Whitlock voiced his backing for LeBron James following criticisms from Wisconsin Green Bay's head coach Doug Gottlieb concerning James's son, Bronny. Whitlock expressed the need to support LeBron James, asserting that he sees no issue with LeBron responding months later now that the outcomes are known. He pointed out that when a Division I basketball coach openly critiques LeBron's son, it's only fair to reply. He also raised concerns about Gottlieb balancing his duties as both a college basketball coach and a talk radio host, implying that this duality could cause distractions and detract from coaching. After LeBron's remarks, Gottlieb revisited the topic during his segment on Fox Sports Radio Wednesday. This isn't some high school, middle school, or even college scenario. This is the NBA, the Lakers, and if that makes you uneasy, perhaps it's not wise to push Bronny James into such an arena. Gottlieb remarked, noting he has nothing to say to someone who's got millions in Los Angeles tweeting at him. It appears Gottlieb recognizes what stirs James, and this recent exchange might have been another strategic move to provoke a reaction. Whether LeBron will bite this time is still uncertain. As Bronny adapts to the NBA, he has shown his capability in the G League, averaging 22.6 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game this regular season. The data implies that Bronny is well-equipped to lead a Green Bay squad that has faced significant challenges, claiming only one victory in their 16 Horizon League matches. However, this confrontation wasn't spontaneous. The underlying tension has been building over an extended period. A large part of the scrutiny on Bronny James arises from a persistent notion that his chances are tied more to his father's legacy than to his personal abilities. Bronny James and the discussion on favoritism. Achieving success in the NBA is generally attributed to skill, dedication, and resilience. However, What occurs when your surname holds as much significance as your abilities on the court? This query has lingered over Bronny James since his arrival in the national spotlight, particularly escalating during the 2024 NBA draft. Being the offspring of a basketball icon, Bronny's path was inevitably set for scrutiny. Following his standout performances at Sierra Canyon School, he pledged to the University of Southern California, USC, for the upcoming 2023 to 2024 season. During his first year, he showed promise, but wasn't extraordinary, posting averages of 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists each game. The real test emerged in July 2023 when he suffered a cardiac arrest during practice, a critical incident that threatened his career. Nevertheless, Bronny demonstrated remarkable determination by swiftly returning to the game later that season. By April 2024, he announced his intention to enter the NBA draft, with many doubting his readiness for the professional level. Scouts lauded his defensive prowess, court awareness, and impressive basketball intelligence, yet it was undeniable that his surname elevated his draft appeal. Then came the pivotal evening of June 27, 2024. The Los Angeles Lakers made history, choosing Bronny as the 55th overall selection, marking the first ever father-son combination on an NBA roster. It was a fairy tale moment, as LeBron and Bronny took to the court side by side. However, the joy was soon eclipsed by backlash. Detractors among fans and analysts labeled the selection as blatant nepotism, raising doubts about whether Bronny earned his spot through talent or merely benefited from his renowned lineage. Detractors claimed that many more qualified athletes were overlooked, intensifying discussions about bias in professional athletics. Nonetheless, ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski refuted that idea, passionately backing the Lakers selection during the draft broadcast. He brushed aside allegations of nepotism, insisting that the NBA was already steeped in it at every tier, from ownership to front offices and coaching. Wojnarowski stressed he was uninterested in charges of favoritism solely because Bronny James' father was a Lakers player, contending that nepotism was widespread in the league. Since his entry into the professional scene, Bronny's journey has sparked more discussions than standout performances. His groundbreaking appearance with his dad was an emotional highlight, yet many feel it's crucial for Bronny to establish his own identity separate from his family legacy. Recent updates from the G League affiliate, the South Bay Lakers, have stirred further debate regarding James' fledgling career. ESPN analyst Brian Windhorst notes that the USC product may participate only in home games for the squad, choosing to forego commercial accommodations and instead stay with teammates in budget hotels like the Courtyard Marriott. During the Hoop Collective podcast, Windhorst voiced apprehension about the implications of a limited schedule on Bronny's progression. He noted that while some degree of favoritism is typical in Bronny's path, he felt this specific choice harmed the rookie. Windhorst remarked that, in this case, the situation had crossed a line and didn't favor Bronny, the South Bay Lakers, or even LeBron himself. Bronny James isn't the sole player igniting discussions about nepotism within the NBA. Thanasis Antetokounmpo has also been a focal point in this dialogue. When the subject is brought up, Giannis Antetokounmpo and his siblings are sure to be mentioned, as all have garnered chances in the league following the Greek Freak's stunning ascent to superstardom. Of all players, Thanasis faces the brunt of criticism, particularly from notable figures like Charles Barkley, who has been quite vocal in his disapproval. Nevertheless, the forward for the Milwaukee Bucks stays resolute amidst the backlash. In a recent appearance on the Bootleg Kev podcast, Thanasis Antetokounmpo expressed that he views their comments as a form of flattery, suggesting that it reflects positively on his character. While he may not match Giannis' skills, Thanasis has put in considerable effort to earn his spot in the NBA. He played in Greece and the NBA D-League before securing a place with the New York Knicks in 2016. Yet, it was his move to Milwaukee alongside his brother 3 years later that attracted criticism. Austin Rivers, the son of NBA coach Doc Rivers, has faced accusations of benefiting from nepotism, especially during his time with the Los Angeles Clippers while under his father's guidance. This perception arises from the distinctive dynamic of a coach being a father to his player, prompting some critics to suggest that he received chances that were not entirely based on his abilities. Drafted 10th overall by the New Orleans Hornets in the 2012 NBA Draft, Austin Rivers embarked on his professional journey on his own terms. In January 2015, he was dealt to the Clippers, marking a historic moment as the first NBA player coached by his own father. This remarkable dynamic sparked controversy, with some asserting that his presence on the roster stemmed more from family ties than talent. Rivers has consistently confronted these claims, voicing his irritation over the nepotism narrative. He has maintained that he joined the NBA via the usual draft process, not through his father's connections. During a 2020 interview, he conveyed that the criticism affected him, arguing that an NBA role isn't merely a free gift, emphasizing that he was drafted for his skills. Numerous supporters have backed Rivers' position, with one noting his background as a V-star recruit, his time at Duke, and his status as a top 10 draft choice. This fan contended that critics acted as though he were an unheralded athlete from a lesser-known institution like North Dakota State, who only reached the NBA thanks to his father's connections. Another admirer voiced puzzlement over the negativity aimed at Rivers, admitting they could never grasp the animosity he faced. They recognized his considerable talent, but mentioned that he perhaps did not evolve into the superstar many anticipated. Regardless of the backlash, Rivers endeavored to carve out his own niche on the court. During the 2016 to 2017 season, evaluations highlighted his enhanced play, indicating he had evolved beyond a product of favoritism and was now a significant asset to the squad. The responsibility still lies with Bronny and Phoenicis to capitalize on their chances in the NBA. Should they excel in their gameplay, discussions about their journey will become irrelevant. Meanwhile, LeBron James continues to prioritize nurturing his son's development and aiding him in achieving his utmost potential. If you like this video, feel free to select any of the vehicles on your screen for additional content.